In this session, we're going to look at how you can manage an observer list. Data from your monitoring visits are captured in visit logs, one visit log per home range per year. If you work with other raptor workers, several of you might be involved in monitoring within a home range, either together or separately over the course of the breeding season. You will want to ensure that you acknowledge everyone who is involved in each monitoring visit. You can do this via the initials field. The initials available to you as you complete this field is driven by the observer list. The observer list is accessible via the My Contributors menu. In order to add a new observer onto the observer list, you need to complete the 3 boxes in the area at the top. We can type whatever format of initials and name as we'd like them to appear in the initials drop-down of the visit log in the first 2 boxes, but the 3rd box needs to be completed with the SRMS observer code in a specific format. Every SRMS contributor, whether already registered as an SRMS Online user or not, has a unique SRMS observer code. This is typically in the format first name _ last name. Having completed the 3 boxes, you can click on the blue Add button. If you struggle to add somebody, please get in touch. You will also note that in all cases the observer list has been pre-populated with the identity of third party. This is to allow SRMS Online users to readily accommodate third-party records in their visit logs without the person passing on the information necessarily being signed up as an SRMS data contributor themselves. Let's go through the process of adding on a new observer to our observer list. So first we pop along to the observer list via the My Contributors menu. Let's say that we want to add Mark Wilson onto our observer list. We can first populate this initials box with the initials as we ultimately want them to appear in the initials field in the visit log, and we can do likewise for Mark's name. It's this 3rd box here that is important that we get right. This is the SRMS observer code. So the format we need is first name _ and last name. And then we can hit the blue Add button. We can click OK, and we can now see that Mark Wilson's name has appeared in this list. Next, we can just take a look at how we can now use those. So we'll pop back out to the home page and go and access a visit log that we've started earlier on. Let's open this visit log up. This is a visit log on the go for Raven at Airdrie Castle. We've got our initial fields here that at the moment is populated with my own initials, but let's go in and see how we could interact to edit these further. So let's say on this first visit, Mark Wilson also went along with me, and you can see now that Mark Wilson is also available in the drop-down menu. Mark also went along with me on the 3rd visit, and we'll pop him in there. And actually, let's say that this 4th visit, where we went along on the 14th of April, I wasn't actually there myself, but we had a third-party record come in from somebody else. So I'm going to click third party here, and in this instance I'm going to populate the comments field to explain that that was a record via Hamish Robertson. So Hamish is not a signed up SRMS data contributor, but he has passed that on willingly to the scheme. So we're going to click done, and we're going to save that visit log. And that's now captured all those new observers in that visit log for us. It is worth noting that within an account, the initials need to be unique. So If you're contributing records via an operating group account with lots of other contributors, if you share your initials with another group member, you may need to be a little bit clever about how you distinguish yourselves, perhaps by adding an additional middle initial or a number onto the end. If you wish to change how your initials or names appear in any of the observer lists that you have access to, you can activate the row for editing by clicking on the Edit button at the right-hand end of the relevant row in the table. It is also worth emphasising that the observer list is completely independent to the Manage Permissions area of SRMS Online, which we look at in a further tutorial.